The final round of DULEEP Trophy matches have ended, and there's a slight chance that heading into the fourth day, well, there's obviously a lot of excitement, but the final day of the final round of DULEEP Trophy matches could be an exciting one, assuming two teams really step up to the plate. But as of now, as things stand, there are two teams, the remaining two teams are currently in pole position. So let's just start with the scores of India A versus India C. Well, India A have scored 297 in their first innings, and India C couldn't really get those big partnerships going, and they scored 234. And in return, India A were 270 for 6 at the end of close of play at day 3, and they overall lead by 333 runs. So here they are obviously in the pole position, but then nothing can be discounted, because if India C can really find their A game, then there is a good chance that they can topple India A on the final day of this match. Now for the final match, there is India D versus India B. Well, India D scored 349 in their first innings, then India B were bowled out for 282, and now India D are 244 for 5 with an overall lead of 311. So assuming there's a declaration, well, there's a chance that India B might just go for the total rather than going for the draw, which means that both the matches, India A, C and B, D, could be heading towards a tight finish, assuming there is any room for bold predictions. Now, as it has been the drill at Sports today, we look at the performances of the India probables in the DULEEP Trophy. So let's just, without any further ado, let's just take a look at their performances. Starting with Shreyas Iyer, who has really been the talk of the town, who has really been I would say the target of the trolls on social media also. Well, he has silenced them to an extent by scoring a 50 and returning to form in the DULEEP Trophy, and also it's the beginning of the red ball season of the Indian cricket calendar. Well, it's his second 50 in the DULEEP Trophy. He hasn't really had the best of the outings ever since returning to the red ball format, but then getting this 50 by batting at number 5 shows good signs that Iyer is slowly but surely returning to that top gear form, and at the very same time it also bodes well for his confidence, which has been a little down in the past few months. So he would really be looking to up his game in the next few matches that he plays as far as red ball cricket is concerned, and if he can get those big scores, well, then an India recall won't be far away. Now moving to Washington Sundar, well, he hasn't really bowled that much in DULEEP Trophy so far. He's gotten just 2 wickets, but then he's shown great batting form by scoring 87. Well, it was a very calculative knock coming in at number 6 or number 7, and that's where he made sure that he adjusted to the conditions and played his shots as and when it was required. But what's surprising here is that that why Sundar hasn't really bowled that much. Well, that's something that that needs to be debated upon, because India, if they are to look at Washington Sundar, they would want to have him as a proper all-rounder who's obviously consistently doing well across the two departments, and that's when he's going to be making sure that that he'll press his claim for the India Test team selection. So that's where I think Sundar just needs to up his game a little more and also bowl more, knowing that Ranji Trophy is also around the corner. Now moving to Riyan Parag, well, he has also shown some form this time around. He scored a brilliant 73 of about 100 balls. It was a great knock, an amazing knock, to say the least, because he was playing his shots, looked in full flow before he was, dismissed by a Ruturaj Gaikwad blinder who took a brilliant catch by running towards his left at mid-off. But then, it ended his innings, but then good form shown by Parag. But this is where I think he really needs to learn that India currently obviously has a lot of talent coming in red ball cricket and white ball cricket too. So that's where if he has to make sure that if he has to seal a permanent place in the Indian cricket team across formats, well, he has to get those big scores. He has to play those big knocks, and at the very same time bowl a little bit too, because India going ahead would need players who are pretty much all-rounders. Moving to Sanju Samson, well, he scored 106 in the first innings as it was, previously discussed, but then he continued his form in the second innings too and scored a brilliant 45. But then it's just the start of the red ball season for Sanju Samson also, and he would really want to continue this momentum heading into the Ranji Trophy, because if he can, once again manage those 3-figure scores at a consistent rate, then he would really be pushing for a test team selection. And last but not the least, it's Mukesh Kumar. Well, he is once again among the wickets, picked up a 3-wicket haul, went for a few runs, but that's fine. These things really happen when bowlers usually go for wickets, specifically, fast bowlers. What this also means is that, Mukesh is now the second leading wicket taker in the DULEEP Trophy this season. He has got 14 wickets, just behind Anshul Kamboj, who has 16 wickets so far. So Mukesh would look to make sure that, he gets a couple of more wickets, and that would also boost his confidence. And at the very same time, selectors would be looking at him as a possible backup for the New Zealand series and probably for the Border Gavaskar Trophy. So what do you think about Shreyas Iyer's form in the DULEEP Trophy, or the form that he showed by scoring this 50, and also how Riyan Parag played and Mukesh Kumar finishing with yet another 3-wicket haul on day 3? You can let us know your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today for all the exciting updates and analysis on the sporting world. Until then, on behalf of my producer Pawan, it's Siddharth Gulati saying goodbye.